I'd like to thank Lemieux and also Triple G for willing and able and wanted to fight this fight, because we know it starts with the fighters first. And so I'd like to say to you, man, you know, congratulations for standing up for what you believe in, yourself, and also David. Without y'all two, no matter what the business is behind the scenes, if two fighters don't want to fight, we all know fight don't happen. But I wanted to say that first. And also I want to do a little house cleaning and just let everybody know that, you know, HBO is our family and we're HBO's family, and we made a commitment to y'all that we want to not only work with any promoter that wants to work and has the same vision that we had, and was good for the fans, and of course what's good for the fans is good for boxing. Well, this is not to actually pat ourselves on the back too soon. I want you to judge us as time goes on. Judge us as time goes on, from fight after fight, super fight, big fight, preliminary fights. We want to give y'all the best on our side, and hopefully with people with the same mentality, whether it's the networks, which is HBO, who's already on board, as you see, and other people that has fighters that want to bring into that type of mindset and put theirs up against the best on our end. But let me tell you about the chills that I get being in the great Madison Square Garden, the middleweight unification. And we know in boxing, unification is really rare. 14, if my math is correct, plus years ago, we had that. And nobody knows when they're going to check out of this life, but a lot of people in this room don't want to wait 14 more years. They might not have it in them. So you get a chance to see this every 10, 14, 20 years because of the politics. And I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Things don't happen like they should for the sake of the sport. But nevertheless, we're here to rescue some of that behavior. And we have it. This Saturday on HBO pay-per-view, you have two guys that don't need to repeat over and over every time someone get up here how much they can punch. I think y'all convinced by that just by the record. But it's a chill in the air, because one thing about Madison Square Garden that haven't been mentioned up to now, there are some strange things that happen in this garden. Y'all know. There are some things that happen in this garden that you can never say never. And I know that we have a guy on our side that believes he can win. But he also respects Triple G to understand that he has to be not good, not so-so. He has to be near, if not perfect. And Triple G is not a guy that underestimates anybody either. Look the way he fights. He's a hunter. He's not used to getting hunted, if y'all paid attention and know the sweet science of boxing. He's a hunter. And so I won't reveal what you do to a hunter, because hunters normally have a gun. In our case, we carry two. You have to disarm those two guns, and let's fight. So in saying that, enjoy the fight. The press did a great job. I've been paying attention, and I know how to read well. And let me tell you, we need more of this. We're together, y'all. We have our own mission, our own agenda, but we are really together. Everybody works together because we have really a commercial interest to write the best, to outdo your competition, because everyone have good, healthy competition sometimes, and we have our duty to do. So like I said a long time ago, early in this year, when it was big question mark on the bullseye backs of my partner, my friend, Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy itself, we set out to put the best fights, starting from that day of the speech that you heard from that man, one of the greats. We just showing you what we said and what we promised. And so if y'all, our caretakers, to watch us say and do what we say, then keep watching and keep writing the truth, not the soap opera gossip. And watch these two men come Saturday unify, something that's not only personal to me, but special because it built my legacy to be right in the Hall of Fame off of one ballot once that day come. So respect the champions, respect the great event, promote it that way, write it that way, and that's all I'm asking for. Have a great time, and hopefully it'll be the show that we promoted.
Next, I'm pleased to introduce to you today Camille Estefan, Eye of the Tiger Management, and he is the manager of David Lemieux.
Hello everyone. What more to be said about the fantastic show that's coming up on the 17th. Just so happy to know that it's a great week for boxing. This will be talked about for ages to come, this fight. It's a war. And I want to echo the thanks to everybody involved, Madison Square Garden, the staff. A big thank you for the wonderful job in hosting this great event. HBO, Mark Taffet, Ken Hirschman, and Peter Nelson for putting this together and promoting it the way only HBO knows how to do. K2 Promotions, Triple G Promotions, and a special thank you for Golden Boy, Oscar, Bernard, Eric, wonderful people and true friends to boxing, and all their staff. At the Tiger staff, specifically at the helm, is David Lemieux for being who he is. We are here for a conquest. I love the show, it's great, but honestly my full attention is about making sure we win these belts. We're gonna go back home with these belts. We've done our homework, and then some. David is ready. This is a very special moment because it's the culmination of a lot of effort for many years. We built it a day at a time. We have not been getting ready for Golovkin for a few weeks. We have been getting ready for a few years. I know we're underdogs. You know, don't underestimate us. The proof is in the pudding. Saturday night, we'll be talking after this fight with all these belts. We're very confident that you're going to have an amazing show throughout the card. And I want to congratulate Mark Ramsey, who is the engineer that has engineered this conquest, and invite him to come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank everybody who put the piece of the puzzle together to make sure that we're going to have that great fight Saturday, HBO, K2, Eyes of Tigers Management, Golden Boy. The two fighters, for sure, like they agreed to fight each other. We just came back from a tough but very successful training camp where every single objective that we fixed was reached. It was a tough training camp in the sense that you have to get prepared for everything that guys like Gennady Golovkin can bring to the ring. I saw David Lemieux raise his boxing to a level that I never saw before. We had that kind of perfect training camp with no problem, no injury, nothing. And we have no excuse for Saturday, only promises of victory. And I just wish the boxing fans a great show Saturday. Thank you.
With that, I'd like to introduce the Triple G side. I'd like to recognize Oleg Herman as Gennady's manager. He's been very supportive of all the plans that we've established for Gennady, and is really the person that I coordinate with as far as the strategy for the marketing and building Gennady's career, not only here in the United States, but also internationally, because that's really the plan, is building a global star in Gennady. I'd like to introduce the person behind Gennady's Mexican style, the person who's taken a terrific amateur fighter from the Soviet school of amateur boxing and made him one of the most efficient and aggressive, can't say boxing machines because machines break, right? But he's really the mad scientist behind Gennady's professional style and the reason why Gennady has 20 knockouts in a row right now. I'd like to bring up Abel Sanchez.
Good afternoon. I know it's been said, but I'd like to personally thank the Garden and their staff, HBO, David and his team, Bernard and Oscar, obviously our team. And I look forward to matching boxing smarts with Mark Ramsey, who I think is an exceptional coach. I look forward to watching these two guys battle it out in the ring and look for an explosive fight. I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed. Thank you.
So with that, I'd like to bring up the voice of boxing. Nobody does it better, and it's not a big-time event without Michael Buffer announcing it. So I'd like to bring up Michael to bring up the two champions.
Thank you, Tom. You know, this fight has everything. It's just a dream situation for the fans, and I am a fan. And I get to introduce a lot of great people in a lot of great different sports, and especially boxing, of course. And it's always a privilege to do that. And one of the things that adds to this event is the participation of right here on the stage. It's a middleweight fight. You have two of the greatest middleweights. Of course, Oscar stopped for a cup of coffee with the WBO title in the middleweight division, but a Hall of Fame fighter, a future Hall of Fame fighter with Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. As a fan, that's worth it just to be here. It's very exciting for me. But right now we're in the theater at MSG. And Saturday night, we moved to the big room. The big room at the greatest venue in the world for sports and entertainment, recognized as the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, New York City, USA. And we have two middleweight fighters. It's a unification fight. Two champions, champion versus champion, who are known for speaking with their fists. So at this time, we're going to have them come up here and speak in a more traditional manner. First of all, let me bring up to the stage, Mesdames et Messieurs. He comes to us from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. 34 victories, 31 wins by knockout, only 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning and defending IBF middleweight champion of the world, David Lemieux!
Wow. Hello, New York. I can't be more proud to be here. I couldn't be prouder to be here today. I came a long way. You know, I'm not going to talk to you about camp, because I think everybody knows, it's obvious that at our level, we are going to be at our best. The fighters right now, I'm at my best shape. I'm sure Golovkin's at his best shape. It's going to be history in the making, but I'm going to tell you about where I come from. I come from far. I faced a lot of victories. I faced defeat, and nothing is more exciting and more gratifying than a beautiful victory, such as I'm planning on Saturday. You know, this is what dreams are made of. Fighters fighting at a field of Madison Square Garden. I couldn't be more happy to be where I am here today. I came a long way. I've done a lot of changes in my life. And right now, I know all of what I've done in the past is where I'm supposed to be here today. And I'm ready for this. And I'm ready for a spectacular night in front of the world, for this great city, New York, at the Madison Square Garden. Extremely proud to be here. And I'm not here to play, I'm here to make history. And I've done everything it takes in the gym to make sure that when I leave the Madison Square, I don't leave empty-handed. I leave with them belts. I work extremely hard. I'm extremely confident in myself, in my team. I have great people around me. I have a great manager, Camilo Stefan. I have a great promoter, Eric Gomez, Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins. You know, I'm ready for everything. I heard Golovkin say if he wants a street fight, it'll be a street fight. If he wants 12 rounds, it'll be 12 rounds. He wants knockout. Hey, as much as whatever you want, I want it too. So let's see who's the best. Let's see who's gonna leave this place with all them belts. I promise one thing, that it's gonna be a night to remember for the world and for boxing. This is a great event. I'm in extremely great shape. I couldn't be more proud to be here, and I couldn't be more ready for this victory. So thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Well, let's bring up David's opponent at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Gospoda. He comes to us from Kazakhstan, fights and trains out of California, USA, up in Big Bear. And he is the holder of an undefeated record, a perfect record. 33 fights, 33 victories, 30 wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBC mandatory, the WBA and IBO middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very happy to be here again. This is my second home. Madison Square Garden. I have a lot of fights here. Thank you, special for family and Madison. It's an amazing team, amazing family. Of course, thank you very much to HBO, pay-per-view, for support, for intention, because it's the biggest day to people and for us. Thank you for promotions, it's a good deal. Golden Boy, Respect Oscar and Bernard, and K2 promotions. It's an amazing deal for us. We have 4 belts, unification fight, and pay-per-view. Wow, I'm very excited this day. First of all, I'm a boxer. Please welcome Madison Square Garden. October 17th, biggest day for us, for people, for TV. Thank you.
So with that, we'll wrap up the press conference. We'll bring both champions up here to pose with all the belts in front of them.